Episode 5 of Bosch, Legacy Season 2 starts with Maddie waking up early to go for a run, making sure she brings her gun with her, and Ellis and Long place a tracker on Harry Bosch's car. Maddie arrives early at the police station with a spring in her step, ready to start her new assignment. Harry is looking over the crime scene photos of Lexi Parks again, and notices a tan line on her wrist, likely from a watch, despite the report not mentioning a watch being found at the scene. He doesn't suspect it was stolen, as her ring wasn't taken. Harry follows this up by posing as a prospective buyer for the Parks house, so he can get a closer look. He finds the watch case with no watch in it, but a receipt instead. Harry runs into Deputy Vince Herrick outside the house, and Herrick threatens to arrest him, but in typical Harry Bosch style, he doesn't back down and calls his bluff, then tells him he's sorry for the loss of his wife. But not before asking him what happened to Lexi's watch. Herrick claims the watch is in a repair shop. Vasquez and Maddie are on a case near the Chinese theater, looking into crimes against tourists. Maddie spots a suspicious man in a hoodie, but the man gets away when a fight breaks out. Harry and Chandler meet up, and he tells her he thinks he made a mistake going to the Parks house. They are at the motel James Allen used to bring dates to confirm Foster's alibi, but the manager says Foster and James were properly involved and he wasn't any old client. Chandler bribes the manager to give them access to Allen's room. He asks for $200 for an hour. Harry takes pictures, but nothing seems out of place in the room, apart from a spot where a picture was clearly hung on the wall. They have to pay out again soon after, to bribe a security guard at a cemetery for footage of the entrance to the motel. Chandler says it's not wise as they may need him as a witness, but they need the footage, so she pays up. Amo attends a cybersecurity seminar and spots a woman who interests him. Her name is Jade Quinn, and the pair meet at the after-party and play poker. He reveals he's the hacker known as Rico Spider. He asks for her number, but tells him to figure it out if he's such a good hacker. Ellis and Long stop trailing Harry and Chandler for the day, and go to the house of two sex workers who they are in business with. Long looks over footage from the day and spots a man with a nice watch that would be a good target for them. Harry and Maddie have dinner and discuss her new assignment, and he questions why she didn't tell him beforehand, but reveals he already knew. She says, "Act first, apologize after." Harry tells her he's proud of her but tells her to look after herself. Harry gets a visit from the detectives investigating the Lexi Parks case, and is warned off it. Then he, Chandler, and Emo look over security footage of the cemetery. They spot a van like Foster's arriving at the motel, and leaving a few hours later, backing up his alibi. Chandler says they'll need something better than this for the court case. Maddie catches the man in the hoodie, but is a bit heavy-handed when arresting him, and Vasquez warns her to be careful not to lose control. Harry and Chandler are called before the grand jury in relation to the Carl Rogers case. Journalist Scott Anderson spots him after court and asks him some questions. Anderson tells Harry the FBI took over the Simon Wakefield case, which is a worry to him. Chandler shreds all the documents on the Rogers case and hands them to Matthew to get rid of. He takes them to the FBI agents on the case and also gives them a copy of the digital files. It's all part of a plan to entrap the FBI. It's revealed that the FBI have something on Matthew which is forcing him to cooperate with them. At the end of the episode, the FBI meet with the owner of the pipeline, and he IDs Harry Bosch from pictures as being the man who blew up the pipeline. The episode review things are going from bad to worse for Bosch and Chandler in this episode as the FBI close in on them for their involvement in the Rogers murder. Luckily, the trajectory of this second season is quite the opposite, with it going from very good to outstanding. There are so many different things going on, from the Lexi Parks murder investigation to the FBI looking into Bosch and Chandler, while we also see Maddie get stuck into her first assignment on her new team, but it never feels overloaded or confusing to follow. An added bonus in this episode is we learn a bit more about Bosch's hacker, Emo Basso. He's been a periphery figure in the series up to this point, mainly being used to connect the dots and give information to Bosch and Chandler, but we learn a bit more about him in this episode, and a new subplot is set up which could be very interesting moving forward.